If you're listening right now to the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we know something about you. We know that you're obsessed with Little House on the Prairie.
For more than half a century, Little House on the Prairie, the series and the books have been bright lights for people all over the world who seek out goodness, decency, and human connection.
Here on the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast, we celebrate everything that made Little House so special.
The stories, the characters, the actors, and the messages that have made Little House iconic family television.
And a perfect counterpoint to a world that feels like it's going off the rails every day.
Where is Michael Landon when we need him most? I'm your host, Pamela Bob.
And I'm your prairie bitch, Alison Arngrim.
And I'm Dean Butler.
Our hashtag imaginary boyfriend. Join us for our loving, quirky, and often irreverent conversations about the finest family drama in the history of television.
And the imperfect people who made it that way.
In this third season, we are extremely grateful for the support of VisitSeeMeValley.com for their continuing sponsorship of Little House on the Prairie and the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast. Well, hello, bonnet heads. How you doing? Hi. I'm Pamela Bob, your host, creator and star of Living on the Prairie. I am here, and super fan, and I am here, as always, with our beloved prairie bitch, Alison Arngrim, and our hashtag imaginary boyfriend, Dean Butler. Hello, guys. How are you? How you doing? Allison, we're recording the day after your birthday, darling. Happy birthday. Your Beatles here.
Let's talk about Chili John's.
I want to hear everything.
Afternoon.
So I got a wild hair, basically. I love Chili John's. I worship Chili John's.
So now, where is Chili John's? Tell everybody where Chili John's is.
In Burbank, California, on Burbank. It has been there since 1949. They have not changed the menu nor the decor. It is going into a time warp. It is the Twilight Zone. I discovered it accidentally. I was getting my car smog checked across the street. I walked in and went, I'm in the Twilight Zone. I've fallen through a crack in time. What this is, I walked into this restaurant that doesn't exist. And then I had the chili and went, whoa. And then I had the pineapple pie and lost my mind. So I've been going there for years, and I've been dragging people there for years going, oh my God, this is so good. And everyone, they go, oh my God, this is so good. Why haven't I? So I'm hanging out there, and I said, look, for my birthday, I want to do something crazy. I think I want to come. And then they were talking about, we've opened a whole other room. We serve sandwiches and salad. We have all this stuff. We have beer now. Nobody seems to get it. We can't seem to convince.
Oh, and that was the room right behind us.
That's the room, yeah. We were signing in there.
That was the new, okay.
I said, well, how about I have a book signing here? And they went, you want a what? So then I said, I'm going to do a book signing, Chili John. And then Dean goes, book signing?
I have a book.
Sure, I'll do that.
And then our beautiful Jennifer Donati, our baby Rose, goes, can I bring books? I'm like, yes, it's fine. Well, half the Prairie shows up. Pam Williams was there. Charlotte Randall Yerke was there.
Yeah.
Rachel Greenbush and Danny were there. Everybody showed up. So everybody said, we're going to go hang out because it's Alison's birthday.
The Stephan twins came.
And Olan and everything. Half the world showed up because they were like, it's Alison's birthday and there's chili. It'll be great. So people are hanging out and more people start showing up. And we were barely open. I just got in the book set, and people were coming in the door going, I need 3 books. No, I need 2, but can I have 5 books that are for friends? And I'm going, I didn't even burn them. I'm like, I sold.
Did you sell out?
It was insane.
You sold out.
No, but almost. I had 6, 7 books left.
That's
it was ridiculous. I cleaned out the box. And I sold ornaments, and people were just going wild. And then they were getting chili. And I said, now you have to buy some chili. If you want a picture, this guy comes in 2 sacks. Oh, we got to go. He got the giant party vat of chili and beans to go. People were coming in with grocery bags that they just bought next door. They sold so much chili. People were eating. And, of course, we got free. I think I'm never paying for chili again, though. They were so happy. I was so happy. Everybody was happy. And now they're talking about, can we do it again? And I'm like, sure. But then we started talking to them. And Steve Wishnow was done. We went, we kind of know everybody. And so other ex-child stars, other of your favorite 1970s and 60s TV show people. And they're like, comfort food, comfort TV.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. And people came in and said, in the other room where we're eating, they're playing 1970s TV themes. They just played the Little House theme and the theme to Happy Days. I went, yes, they're getting it. They're getting it. And so, we're going to invite everyone to come and do a publicity thing at Chili John's and invite their fans. It's madness.
Well, and people brought gifts, Alison. So I got this picture from her name, Sandy Jamalowitz, took this picture at Simi Valley of Karen and me and put it in a beautiful Williams-Sonoma frame and brought it to me. And I'm sure you got these too, Alice. I know you did. She brought cookies. Well, these cookies are Kelly cookies, custom cookies, sort of sugar cookies with just delicious sugar frosting on them. Very nice. I've written Sandy a thank you note, which I'm mailing this morning. I mean, it's just a very generous Sandy. If you're watching, because she is a podcast watcher.
Hi, Sandy.
Sandy, thank you for your kindness to all of us.
Your house. I got a bunch of mercantiles. I got a bunch of cookie mercantiles over my.
Yes.
I got my.
Well, I think that's what they all are. I mean, this the mercantile?
No, I think you've got your house. Is that your house?
Oh, this is sorry. Wow. This is the house before it was blown down in the tornado. Oh my God. Even better now. Yes, of course, she told me that.
Okay, my highlight, and the pictures are all over Facebook. This dude, okay, guys, it's not Barb Marsick. No, it is not the man who played Luke the Pig Farmer. It is a nice young man named Josh who loves Little House and thought he and his friends, as he said, we were having a few cocktails. I said, was there some alcohol involved in this decision? To show up in overalls, blonde hair, bare feet, total commitment, bare feet.
Quirky.
Very charming. He showed up dressed as Luke the Pig Farmer with a bouquet of flowers, and he walks up, and I'm stunned. I'm like, why is this? Oh my God. And he's in overall, and he says, I haven't seen you since the corn shucking. I'm dead, head on table. And he thought, I bought a present for your birthday. Because remember, it was Nellie's birthday in that episode. And he's taking the phone and got her ring. He gets out the ring box, opens it, and there's a little diamond ring, and it says Olson's Mercantile in the ring box, and it's the ring.
Oh my
that
gosh!
Got at the store.
Oh, so there was pre-planning for this. Yes.
Oh no! This was all for weeks. Apparently, and he and his friends are like shrieking and dying and taking pictures. And I was finished, and we posed. There's pictures we posted with the ring, and some people were like, "Is that the guy?" I'm like, "No, it's not the guy. It's
Josh cosplaying."
This was the funniest damn thing in the world, and it was. And he was right.
Very silly and fun.
I love it.
It was
very
a whole
silly and fun.
Crazy day. And
so
I agree.
we have to go back to Chili John's, but right now we need to get into this. We need to get into. Oh no, you tipped it. Let's get into this story.
Critters.
Okay.
Critters.
Okay, we will get into this. I'm very conflicted about this episode. We will have a convo. Oh, yes. Okay. But first, from UBN Go, Prairie Partners, visit SimiValley.com and our patrons. This is the Little House on the Prairie 50th Anniversary Podcast. Okay, you guys, we're going to get into it this episode. Here we go. Dean, what are we talking about today?
All right, so today we're talking about episode 10 or 11, depending on where you're counting it. But it's from season 1. This is The Raccoon, which debuted on November 10th, 1974, written by Joseph Bonaducci, really nice script, and directed by William F. Claxton.
It's Joseph Bonaducci.
Is there relation?
Is that right?
Because I know
how many Bonaducci's are out there
in show business. Is he? Well, yeah, I think
it's a nice script. Is it? It's a nice script.
It's brilliant. Yeah. This episode has a distinction of being the only episode. I'm sorry, in the whole 9 freaking years that makes me cry. As we know, I am hard-hearted and terrible and cynical, but the Raccoon episode reduces me to uncontrollable sobbing every time, including the other night when I
watched. What is it about it that gets you?
It's because it's about an animal and not a person. She has more sympathy for animals than she does for human beings, which I understand. I get it. I'm not judging
which a lot of people do. Yes. Yeah.
Can you blame us?
The animals are just doing what they do, and people do all kinds of other
of course.
things.
And of course, I'm watching it last night and I'm texting Alison going, I hate you. I hate this episode. This episode is like a roller coaster of emotion. What? Oh,
Very disturbing.
All right, so Alison, what is this about? Give us the thumbnail
This
on this.
episode that is, like I said here. So it starts out like it's not going to be terrible, but then it's feeling guilty for accidentally breaking Laura's beloved China doll. No
yeah,
explanation.
I
for
know.
the
So
word.
random that she
Okay.
has a China doll.
Expensive. Mary brings home
A
baby
device.
raccoon.
But
Exactly.
aren't there
Totally
episodes
device
about her
so that
wanting
Mary
a
can
China
bring
doll and
home-
not ever? I mean,
I love-
that's the whole music box thing.
She brings home a baby raccoon to smooth
Yep,
things over
like
with
you
her
do.
sister because nothing smooths things over like a freaking
Right,
baby
like you
raccoon.
do. Like you do.
Charles is hesitant to allow Laura to keep the
Correct.
animal, but he decides it would be all right to make a temporary adoption, a choice he later regrets.
No crap.
That doesn't
Yes.
even begin to
Yeah.
describe how much he regrets it. Yeah.
I was racing to write this description last night, so I didn't go into deeper. I didn't dig for deeper detail about how this could be stated. But yes, this
Well,
goes
that-
much deeper than
It's
that. It's
so
much
terrible,
more than
terrible,
regret.
terrible thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so let us
All right.
start.
So where do you want to start
Well,
with this? I
we're
mean,
we're
it's
1
'cause-
minute into the episode, and already Laura has broken this mysterious China doll that we have no idea.
Janice.
Named Janice.
Is it Janet or okay, that was the first
I
thing.
think it's Janice.
My mind was blown. First of all, she's carrying this very expensive
Janice,
kind of doll that would be like
Yeah,
Nellie's or something.
it's like a
Wow,
Nellie
so-
doll.
And then she says, "Okay, Janet." And I went, "Janet, it's
Damn it,
okay."
Janet.
So right away, I'm going, "Janet, is that a thing?" Kind of
Janice. Yeah.
sort of existed, but not really till the 1950s in the U.S. Nobody called
No.
anybody Janet in 1874.
What was the name of Laura's really simple doll that she loved?
Charlotte. That's
That's an appropriate name
for a doll.
for a doll.
That is an appropriate.
Yes.
Janet is not.
Janice.
Tea Party is normal. I was like, Janet. What? Also, she said she was scrumptious. And I'm like,
That's Bonaducci.
She's
That's
reading-
Okay, so
Bonaducci right
Joseph
there.
Bonaducci wasn't necessarily dialed in on
that's
names
good old
of the period.
Bonaducci.
and Mr. Bonaducci indeed is Danny Bonaducci, the Partridge Family's
He
father.
is?
Yes, Danny Bonaducci's father, Joseph
Amazing.
Bonaducci, famous
Wow.
director right now.
Wow.
So we have Danny.
I always thought his kid was pretty talented. I thought he was a lot of fun on the Partridge Family.
I had like a crush on him when I was like 9. I thought he was
That's
cute.
perfect for you. No,
Wouldn't
perfect
I?
for you.
Wouldn't I love him?
Oh my God, could you have imagined Nellie and Partridge Family, Danny Bonaducci together?
Oh,
my God.
Oh my God.
Crime Wave.
Yeah, Crime Wave.
Crime Wave together. We would be so bad. I adored it. I've since met Danny many times, been on his radio show and done stuff with him. He's delightful, actually. He's really quite sweet.
Oh yeah, no, I think he's probably great. He's very
He's
funny.
a holler.
I mean, you two would be laughing
We were
for hours.
We were great. We did a whole Tonight Show thing together. We were a riot, and he's really nice. He makes fun of me in a show. I had people call me and go, "Danny's saying horrible things about the show." I go, "No, actually, he's kidding."
Perfect.
I just talked to him 5 minutes ago. So, yeah.
That's fun. That is fun.
It's like, yeah, we love him. But yeah, scrumptious Janet. Yes, that's weird that she said. It's completely weird. No, she never uses the word scrumptious ever. It's a British thing, but okay, sure. So she's reading weird British literature and has a doll named Janet.
And Janet dies. First minute into the show, her head is cracked open. And I have to say, her reaction of being so emotional about her doll dying was so good. She was really authentically upset. I mean, it wasn't kid actor tears. It felt very, very authentic. And
And it was so real because a kid
I
that
know,
age, oh my God,
I
we've killed her.
know.
She's
I
alive.
feel like I've
We've
killed
killed
her.
her.
It was so
Right.
sad.
So
sad. I was watching this with Margot,
This
so I
is why we
was
don't
getting it
make-
from a 7-year-old perspective too.
Was Margot affected?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
was Margot
The
affected?
commentary
Yeah.
throughout this entire episode was off the chain. It was great. But yes. So anyway, so she's devastated.
don't play with China dolls outside. You don't play with China dolls outside.
And Mary feels guilty because she's the reason why the blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what happens next, y'all?
She tries to buy her.
So they do a whole thing in the house where Pa's trying to fix the China doll.
Very cute scene with Pa and Ma.
And in the little piece with Ma and Pa, and she picks up some pieces, and Pa sort of chides her for that, and they have a good
Very
laugh over
cute.
that. Mary goes to the mercantile. She's
Nice.
looking to find the replacement head. She needs to get it for
She's being a
11
very good
cents.
sister.
Yeah. I mean, and the China doll with the moving eyes, $1.20. The more reasonable value, 59 or 69 cents. Either way, it's out of Mary's thing. So she needs to make amends, and that motivates what comes next.
Which again begs the question, how did Laura get this doll in the first place? But that's okay. We don't need to know. Don't need to know.
As I said, why does she have that doll? And why is she going to get it?
These are questions that never
Bonnie
get answered.
Gucci don't
and you
care.
don't need to
Bonnie
answer
Gucci
them.
don't care.
No.
Yeah.
Exactly. We need
we'll have
an
to call
inciting
Danny.
incident. Here it is.
I could call Daddy and go, why did your dad name a doll Shannon?
Oh my God, I dare you to do that.
So, yeah, it's insane. So she decides the best move is to bring her a wild, biting,
Baby.
completely untamed animal from the woods.
Right. So she finds a baby raccoon.
Whose mother has died, and the baby raccoon is, still with her mother, with its mother, and Mary decides. I mean, boy, I think that would be really something. This would not be recommended for kids today. If you found a baby raccoon, I think you really want to leave it alone. These are. As Pa's very accurate when he later talks about the fact that raccoons are adorable to look at.
They're
evil.
Really feisty. They're evil, and they're murderers. They have opposable thumbs. They can get into things. Okay. They're horrible. They look cute, and they are the devil.
They're adorable looking. Well, they're very clever and capable. They can open up anything. They can get into anything. They have phones. They can open doors. But also, pause right. Okay, they're on the farm. It's true. They live practically in the forest and the farm. So they do deal with wild animals all the time. However, even Pa says raccoons do not make good pets. They are not domesticated animals. Cats and dogs are domesticated animals. That is a wild thing. And he even says it's wrong to make a pet of something that should run wild. Now, this reminds me of my father, who was like, no imprisoning animals. This is bad. And he didn't even like to go to the zoo. He's like, no. And as a kid, can we have an ocelot? I want an ocelot. That would be great. Of course, I wanted all the wild animals. Oh, yeah, baby tiger. And my parents were, nah. And this episode, my father said, and now, no, we do not take in wild animals because this is why.
So the whole time, I mean, the second Mary brings in that raccoon, I'm like, girl, no, bad idea. And then Pa comes home and he's like, absolutely not. And I'm like, yes, Pa, stand your ground. He's absolutely 1000% right. And of course, they all, even Ma is like, please let her have the animal. She's so upset about that. And he gives in.
Well, and Ma is very passive aggressive about it. It's sort of that, oh, yes, it's very good advice. Johnny was very sensible, she says, something like that.
Yeah,
which then Pa's soft-hearted. Again, to advance the plot.
I'm watching this
He's soft-hearted and
meanwhile, I'm watching this going, that raccoon's going to kill you all. That raccoon's going to kill the dog. Bye-bye, chickens, because the raccoon's going to get them all.
Chickens! Yeah. You have chickens. You are keeping chickens and you got a raccoon in the house.
It's a terrible idea. Here's my personal raccoon story, which is why I was terrified from the get-go of this episode. The get-go. And the whole time before I watched this episode, I was like, I remember not really liking this episode. This is not an episode that I revisit and watch, right? And I was thinking, like, why don't I really like this episode? What is it about this episode? I don't know. I don't remember. And then I started watching it and I was like, this is why I don't like this episode. Because I was terrified the whole time. Okay, so when I was a kid, our friend had a chicken and a duck in her backyard that she kept. And at night, they were in a penned up cage, totally safe. She loved these animals. Were awesome. We would play with them all the time. And one morning she wakes up and goes in her backyard and it is a massacre. It is a mass. I mean, it's disgusting. And this raccoon was able to unlock the lock on the cage, on the pen, and murdered these animals and left carnage and wreckage in its wake. And ever since then, I've been like, oh, raccoons are bad. They're bad. I've seen raccoons actually in my neighborhood, which is wild, but they'll walk up through the driveways or the alleyways, and they're huge. I mean, they're like, it's like a mini car.
Well, they're small dogs.
Oh, yeah,
they're like 30
huge.
pounds. They're like 30 pounds. And
Every
they're
time
full
I've
size.
ever seen
They're
one, I
related to
have
bears.
run away in the opposite direction because they are nasty killers. They're killers.
They kill things. People think they're cute and eat fruit and vegetables. All the places I live with the wild animals all over the place. And we had a raccoon in our yard back at the last house, and the cats were freaking out. Like, can we go out there? I'm like, you're not going out there. The raccoon is sitting like feet from the window, chilling out, and he's eating. We go, what's he eating?
Dog.
The raccoon has apparently killed a small rabbit.
Yeah.
A mammal, not a bird, an actual bunny.
Of course.
Yeah,
They
of
kill
course,
everything.
Eating a bunny. He's like got a bunny and going, he ate a bunny and he sat there. I'm banging on the window going, shoo. And he turned around and looked at me and went, eh. And
That's right.
proceeded to
With
eat
their
bunny
opposable thumbs like this.
in the window. The cats are going, you're going to finish that. You're going to finish that. He's like, mind your own business, get your own bunny. And he sat there and he ate that entire bunny until it was gone.
Now,
and then
again,
went like in your
in the
face and walked
wild,
away.
So this is the thing. So Pamela, you hit on something that's really sort of important about raccoons, and what makes them so clever is this opposable thumb thing. They really
like human
have
hand.
the ability to grip
Yes.
things that other animals just
Nope.
don't
And
have.
they're killers.
open
They're
jars and
serial
open doors
killers.
and-
Now, again, in the wild, that's what they're supposed to do. And of course, they need to survive, and that's what they're made for. But you don't bring
As-
one
as
home
pets.
with you.
They're-
and
Yeah.
think
they're
it's
not
gonna be
to
a
be pets.
pet.
Their propensity for unruly behavior exceeds that of captive skunks. Skunks are freaking better pets than a raccoon. That is how bad they are.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes,
Well, I
literally.
guess
You
well,
are better
you
off
would escape with the
raccoon.
with the
You
with the
would.
skunk, because once
You
you get
might
sprayed,
live.
you're dead. But you're
That's the
you
worst
wish
that
you were
goes
dead.
through.
But the raccoon will really
Right.
do it to you.
Yeah, right.
The raccoon will tear you
And
to
this-
pieces. The little claws are
And
like
this
razor blades.
episode is done like a horror movie. It is filmed and shot and directed and it is a horror movie.
dark.
It's Cujo raccoon style. Like it's terrifying. There was a jump scare in this episode that we'll get to that literally Margot and I like jumped off the couch so badly that my husband walked in and went, "What happened? What happened?" It was terrifying.
Was it in the barn with
Yes,
the ladder?
when okay, we'll
Yes,
get there
okay.
though. I'm jumping.
Well, like,
ahead.
what has happened to Paul?
No,
He's just like out of
it's like
shot.
the Exorcist raccoon. Okay, anyway, we'll get back to it.
So, all right, but let's just say, but Carrie had her moment when Pa allows them to keep it, and Carrie says Jasper.
Yep, I have that down again. Great Carrie moment. Jasper. I was talking to Rachel Greenbush the other day,
Yes.
Billy Jones, and I said, we're thinking of having a greatest moments of Carrie's episode.
come on.
Just
It's gotta
discuss
come on.
great Carrie moments. Would you like to step in for that? She's like, oh, absolutely.
Okay, it's on the books.
So yes, greatest Carrie moments. Because it's
We have to do
Okay.
that.
we do.
Wait, it gets worse.
Oh, I
Now
like
things
I
get
like
worse.
when she says it's only a baby. You wouldn't leave Carrie out in the woods. And I mean, there's like a slight pause
I can't believe
because
Pa
they like
fell
thought
for
about
it.
it, and it's like so terrible as a
So
baby.
Pa
So,
relents. Paul
go
relents,
ahead,
and
go
he's
ahead.
like, okay, you can keep it,
Yes.
not in the house though, but keep it in the
Yes.
barn just as a baby,
Right.
and it'll go really quick because they grow up really fast, and then you'll release it in the wild. And I'm also thinking that's a bad idea too, because the raccoon then will have no idea how to survive in the wild if we've kept it and fed it and yada yada. This whole
Yeah.
thing is a disaster.
And it's in the barn. Yeah, barn near the animals. It's in the barn near the horses and the cows and the chickens that it's
Well,
going to.
the raccoon is not going to bother the horses. I mean,
Right.
there's no way the raccoon's going to take
I don't
that
know.
on. The chickens,
Chickens are dead.
outside,
Chickens
that
are dead.
could be a problem.
They're goners.
But what interesting little Laura Mary moment, and Mary once again, the voice of sanity in all of this. Be the one person who sort of gets everything, and says, makes the little bed, and Laura then suggests that maybe the Jasper needs to come in the house, and Mary says, bad idea, and Laura chides her, yes, I know Pa said no, kind of thing, but she loves him so much, and this little baby raccoon always looks like it's sucking on a pacifier.
I know. It's like a baby.
It
It's
has
got
maybe there was something on their hands
Yeah,
that,
she's probably got something on her thumb.
maybe.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, Act One ends with Laura in the barn, cuddling with Jasper, and everything looks like it's okay for the moment. End of Act One.
But then it gets worse.
Yeah.
So fast forward to they
They
go to school. Great idea.
And they
Let's
leave it
put
all
a
alone.
leash.
Let's
Let's put a leash
show it.
on the raccoon and drag this poor animal.
Did you love the part when the raccoon stopped walking and she dragged it by the neck on a string through the dirt?
Such a bad idea. And she's all cocky. This is the other thing that's annoying too. Laura's like, I've domesticated this wild animal. Aren't I special? And she's showing off in front of the class. And this one boy in class is like, my dog can do all these tricks and more. And she's like, I don't care. I am special. Me.
That is the brilliant redheaded Robert Hoffman, who now works in Washington,
Ooh.
D.C., absolutely with lobbyists
Well.
and stuff, and is like terribly clever and brilliant, and I'm still in contact
Are
with him.
you
He's
really?
darling.
Well, he was
Robert
incredibly
Hoffman.
astute about the raccoon.
So he plays the brother to
Right.
Tracy Savage, who plays Cassie Kennedy. He's
Oh,
the
okay.
lead brother. And
and-
I love this one because both Jonathan and I get lines. I go, fish, they eat fish, and Jonathan, little Willie, goes, they like toads. And I was like, shut up, Willie. What do you say? And he goes, toads
are meat.
are edible.
Toads are meat.
It was a great Willie moment. Toads.
And what's interesting to me is Miss Beadle, who under ordinary circumstances is very reasonable and sort of astute about things, just allows this animal allows the raccoon right into the school. I mean, this is all part of the buy-in to, but none of this was a good idea, really. I mean, in terms of what you might really do with an animal like this. I love the moment when the raccoon jumps and everyone looks sort of shocked except Jonathan, who has this sort of gleeful smile on his face and I'm not sure what Jonathan was like seeing at that moment
But it's so Willie. Yeah, the raccoon's going to get loose. Yeah. He's like into it. Yeah, Miss Beadle literally has the children write an essay on what kind of wild animal would you
bring in. Yes.
This incredibly terrible idea.
Another bad
Wait,
idea.
Allison, tell us some behind the scenes info. So you were in this scene with the raccoon. So who was the raccoon
Y'all
handler?
don't
Was
see
the
me
raccoon actually
How
trained?
far back am I? There's a wrangler. There's a wrangler there. Thank God.
Yeah,
We'd
yeah.
all been bitten into, and the raccoon has obviously had shots and things, so we're not really
Yeah.
going to die for that. But you don't see me getting up near that table. How far back am I? I'm shoving people. And go, y'all stand there. I want to be close to the raccoon. Okay, there's Robert Hoffman. Everyone go right ahead. I have human shields in front of me in that scene because I'm not getting
was
any
Melissa
near
Gilbert
the
was
wild
Melissa
animal.
Gilbert, like
Thank you.
loving working with this animal? Like were the kids loving
Oh my
it?
God, yes, of course. And that's the thing.
Small children of these animals. I mean, Melissa would have
Yeah.
loved that. Yeah.
He was adorable. And of course, unlike wild raccoons, this thing that was brought in by an animal trainer was dreadfully well behaved and was perfectly sweet. But you notice how far back I am because, raised in Hollywood on sets with people with animals. And at some point, have me tell you the story about
God.
the bear. I mean, that's the animals. Sometimes said animals good, and sometimes they get loose. And
Right.
bad things happen. So I'm like, I'll be over here behind Robert Hoffman and behind Jonathan. I'll just be over here because.
So was that a blocking thing that Bill did, or is that you making a decision that you're going to be in the back of this group?
I mean, yeah, we wanted Willie out front in the short ones, but I wasn't going to get no front row. I was as far away from that raccoon as I could be and still be in the scene.
So you were not enjoying you weren't one of those kids that was like, let's play with the raccoon. You were like, bye.
No, because I had
Yes, you
some
did.
sense. And also, like I said, my father, who grew up on a farm with many animals, had lectured me many, many times about,
Yeah.
no,
They're supposed to be
animals
wild.
are wild animals. I don't care if it's cute. I don't care if
Okay.
it's on the leash. It's a wild animal.
Can I
It's a wild animal.
can I tell you a
And,
story
yeah,
about
no,
working
you
with
better.
animals? Okay. I'm
Of
diverging a little bit.
course.
Here,
This
okay,
is what
here
we're
we go.
here for.
I mean, are we going to do like a Patreon all about
That's
our wild
true.
animal stories?
No,
'Cause I
no,
got
that's
them
true.
all
I can
scary
save
ones.
this for Patreon. Should I give a little teaser?
Maybe we should do all our really
I have,
terrible wild
I
animal
have
stories.
terrible wild animal stories. Terrible.
Okay,
We can save it for Patreon.
Oh, by
I'll
all
give
means,
it. We'll
let's
save it for
save
Patreon,
that.
but I'll give a teaser, which is when I was a kid. For a few years, I was in the children's chorus at the Metropolitan Opera and City Opera. So I was in a dozen operas at the Met and the City Opera. And it was awesome.
Cool.
It was awesome.
That
It was totally fun. And let's just say,
Do a Patreon about that.
and there was one opera in particular. There were many hazardous situations that we were put into in these operas. I mean, really, when I think back, even as a kid, I was like, this is not safe, like open flames and fires and whatever. But there was one opera in particular where there were several animals in it, and it did not go well at all. And I'll save that for Patreon. If that isn't a teaser, I don't know what else is. Okay. Go on.
Okay,
And I'll
perfect.
tell you about the wild possum that I kept in a hotel room.
What? Possums are the worst. I think we've actually talked about this.
We had a possum in our house at one point.
Okay,
Let's stay
back to
as
Jasper.
we keep going. So after the classroom encounter, where Laura sort of foreshadows something, saying that Jasper doesn't bite, and she's not really sure, but she wants to believe it, that Jasper doesn't bite. So on the way home, so the family has been in town. They're on their way home, and
Oh, Nellie Olson. She says Nellie Olson wants a baby raccoon.
oh, that's right. Yes, that's right.
No.
That's right.
No,
And so
no.
she wants to breed. She wants to breed
right.
Jasper.
I was going to say, I want to have
baby raccoons.
It's like
raccoons and sell them. And Pa's like,
Except that Pop
That would be
straightens it out and
difficult.
says, well, but Jasper's
Now,
a boy.
before
he said that would be very difficult. He's a boy
Yeah.
raccoon.
Now,
Yes,
before
right,
the family
exactly.
leaves for church, they
Yes.
they are feeding Jasper eggs, yada yada, and they leave.
Yes.
They
Yes.
leave
Oh, the hiding
and they
his
put.
eyes.
Oh, right, and of course the little trick that Jasper does is he can hide his eyes just like that, like a cute. And it is cute. I will admit, this one is cute. They hide the
Adorable.
eyes. Yay, sweet.
I'm sure the raccoon did it at the audition, and that's what.
Yeah, they tried. Thousands of raccoons auditioned for this part, and Jasper was the lucky winner.
Well, Jasper
Had the bit,
that
had
said
the
that,
trick, had the
you're
trick
one.
that got it.
Yeah.
So they put Jasper back in the barn where he's supposed to be while they go to church, and lo and behold, as raccoons do, he figures out how to unlock his little cage, and he gets into the window of the house. He pushes his way into the house.
Yes.
Opens it.
And
like
Jack is
Jack,
flipping out.
by the way,
Jack's not
props to
happy.
Jack, because Jack from the get-go was like, what are y'all doing?
But
This
this is
is a
trouble.
bad idea. No one's listening to me.
Oh, and Laura's been ignoring Jack
been
and treating
horrible
Jack
to
terribly.
Jack.
Yeah, you're just a dog. I got a raccoon now. And Jack's like, the hell?
Oh, I just want to say, I put in my notes, I don't like this. This whole thing makes me nervous. The school scene is thoroughly unenjoyable. It's because I was tense the entire time. I was tense the entire time. Okay.
You and me
I
both.
was so tense the entire time. And
so
also
interesting
Jasper's
how-
trying to
it's so
get the
interesting how this
chickens,
works.
Jasper the serial chicken killer, and like the Ingalls are like, la-di-da, Jasper's cute. And I'm like, he's going to kill your entire family while you sleep. All right, keep going. So they're out. Jasper's wreaking havoc in the house, makes a total mess.
Yes. And right. I mean, making a total mess. And the family gets home, and Jack is barking in front of the door, and they open the door. Laura opens the door and goes in. And of course, the house is completely like the kill zone that you saw.
Yes.
Yeah.
The remnants.
That your friend saw.
It's a horror movie. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Laura runs away, as Laura
And
does
Pa
when
is
she's
pissed.
upset.
And I'm like, yeah, Pa,
Yes.
get it. Yes. Like, stand your ground. Yes.
He's made up his mind. We're getting
And
rid
he's
of
like,
this
no
raccoon.
crying.
And he
I'm like,
goes in-
yes, no crying. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Backing up.
Quick
Pa.
down, Pa. This is out of control. Takes it back to the woods where it belongs.
Well,
It's a-
Laura, of course, runs to the barn to scold Jasper, to tell Jasper that he's been a bad raccoon.
God's raccoon's here.
Yeah,
This whole thing.
And so Pa feeds him into the bag and puts him in the bag, and Laura's sad, and he drives to the woods and he lets Jasper go, and Jasper runs off into the woods. The woods. It's the open field outside Walnut Grove. There are no woods.
I mean, it's all
There are a few
woods.
shrubs
Yes.
around.
It's near the parking
Isn't it
lot.
all woods? They live
Yeah.
in nature. I'm like, how far did he have to
So, let's
drive
see.
to get they live outdoors? It's just let him go.
You're in
Well,
the
you have
woods.
to take him away so he won't find
Right.
his way back, which of
Except-
course is ridiculous. Because of course he can find his way. He can find his way
And
back.
he
So
does.
they let him go, and they come back to the barn, and here's Pa unhitching the horses. He's brought the harnesses into the barn, and there's Laura with a raccoon.
He came back because he loves her and he's domesticated. And isn't this a great idea? And at this point, I want to slam the television in the floor.
So this is, just to confirm for the audience, this is still Jasper.
Yeah.
Jasper has gotten back quicker than the wagon with the horses. Jasper has run on taking a shortcut and gotten back to the barn before Pa can get there.
Pa, softy again, goes, okay, I'll build him a
I'll make him a cage.
cage.
Yes.
Hey, now, this is where it gets crazy, because right around cage time, oh no, Jack, and yes, it's Jack, the good little raccoon, but he's a raccoon, and what was it, they said about that tiger and the guy, he went tiger. Well, he goes raccoon, and he bites Jack, and
Well, he first bites Laura.
he bites Laura, and he bites Jack.
Right.
And of course, what does she say? Don't tell Pa.
Don't tell. Yes, don't tell.
And poor Mary goes,
But we have to tell. You
been bit
can't
by a
not
raccoon.
tell that you've been bitten.
And,
So
no,
in this-
and then Mary gets herself in a bind, which later on turns into a
It
thing,
does.
because she goes, okay, I'm not going to tell Pa. And she knows it's wrong. And this turns into just like a nightmare later. So
Yes. No. Yes, and so Laura goes out looking for Jasper.
She's so mean to
She
the
can't
dog.
find him. And just sends Jack home. Why did you have to go? She says to Jasper, and that's the end of Act 2.
yeah. And it's the dog's fault that he got bit by the
Yeah, she's
frickin'
super mean to
raccoon.
the dog
Jesus.
this whole time.
That was I would have said as a training thing. No, I'm not quite sure how that worked, but the training of the bite
Yeah, how did that happen? How'd they do that?
was pretty good.
I mean, amazing.
I mean, it's like you look at that.
Between
the jerking of the quick lightning quick reaction, and Jasper snapping around, and
dog being,
wow,
and
I
how
thought
does
that
the
was pretty
dog
impressive.
Not freak out like, am I really being attacked by a raccoon? What dog?
Yeah.
But that dog was so well trained,
Yeah,
and the
that's
freaking
true.
raccoon was so well trained. They made this
Yes.
happen, and we're going, how in the hell did you get the? But raccoons are very smart. That's why they're so dangerous. But raccoons are very smart. And
Now that sequence, the biting sequence, also interesting in today's world of nonlinear editing, where you could put a lot of elements on a timeline and quickly cut them together. When you look at that sequence of Jasper having bitten Laura, that's okay, nice static shot. Jasper runs out, and then Jack and Jasper get into it. A lot of angles, a lot of cutting there to create that tension, to create the moment of the bite. And have to think about, I think of John Leffler, our editor, one of our mini editors, but our key editor, our primary editor, with the razor blade, cutting those moments to create that tension around that bite. That would not have been an easy editorial thing to do there. And of course, shooting it would have been a challenge as well, because you've got, maybe there could have been multiple cameras in the space for that, because they had to create this sense of movement, that something was really happening.
That lasted.
There. And I think that was a really
that
well
lasted more
constructed
than 1
that's
second.
why probably it looks so terrible, because they had multiple cameras. So it may have only taken a few minutes, but they cut this footage and this footage. So that's why this episode's like a horror movie, because the editing is so brilliant in this episode, and the way in the shots
dark
like that
barn.
one when Paul's like going out to the barn and Ma in the back, and he's loading the gun. I mean,
We'll get there.
There's so
We'll get
many
there.
scenes that are like it's.
Let's
take a break.
Let's take a
and
break
then-
right here, because we're going to have to race. We really burned a lot of time here. I've got a doctor's appointment this
We're
morning.
going to
folks.
get there.
Oh my God,
We're going to
through
get
this.
there. And the horrors only get worse, people. We'll continue in a minute.
Right back.
When you visit Simi Valley, California, you're stepping into the pages of history. Go from the pioneers to the presidents. Explore beautiful wildflowers, hike through iconic Hollywood locations, and end your day aboard the actual Air Force One at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum. Throughout the summer, take the Little House 50th Anniversary Tour at Big Sky Movie Ranch. Less than 15 minutes from Los Angeles and 30 minutes from Universal Studios, Simi Valley has small-town charm with big-time history. Go to visitsimivalley.com for more information. We are so grateful to visitsimivalley.com for their commitment to presenting the Little House 50th Anniversary podcast.
All right, ready? Okay, we're back. Now what happens?
Yes, Jack.
All right, so Jack is they're in the family's gathered in the around the table, and everyone's a little sad. And Jack comes in and gets up in Pa's lap, and Pa's petting the dog. And so no, we don't know that the dog's been
Hurt.
injured
No.
yet. Mary knows. Mary knows. Laura knows, but Pa doesn't know yet.
It's like, what the?
Yeah.
And that's where, like, later when he says he drew blood, he knows. I mean, he's drew.
Yeah.
We don't know how bad he's been bitten. Now here's the thing.
The dog.
Laura accuses, makes the whole thing Jack's fault.
Remember,
Everything's
Raccoon
Jack's
plotline. Jasper, who we definitely confirmed was Jasper, bit Laura and bit the dog, and then disappeared, completely gone. We don't know where the hell
Here's the
Jasper
one time
is.
that I'm like on Team Raccoon, which is Team Jasper, which is like, yeah, I'd like them too if you kept me in this tiny little cage with a dog barking at me and wanting to attack me that hates me. Like, yeah, I'd bite them and get the heck out of Dodge as well. Like, this is why we don't try to domesticate wild animals. Duh.
Yeah. Right.
So, but then what happens middle of the night? Again, horror movie music is happening. And we see this raccoon come and, in fact, go in the hen house and havoc and death. And they're like, holy crap. And that's when,
Wait,
Pa
no,
goes
Pa
out
does not
and
go
it's like,
out.
what the hell is
Shirtless.
Shirtless.
Beautiful shirtless Pa.
Make sure we got that in, Pamela. So
this is a photo. This is a freeze frame. This is like the iconic image of shirtless Pa with the lantern light and looking brave and heroic and manly and Pa-like.
And there's so much shirtless Pa. That shirt doesn't go on for a couple of scenes.
No.
That lamplight, I think that's it, that we had a gag.
This was episode 10 or 11 of season 1. So there's still, a lot of eye candy there.
Oh, yes, there
is. That
is.
scene with the lantern where we're waiting in the dark that takes forever. That's a gag we even talk about in the Friends show because you he's in there shirtless, but you don't get to see him, and it takes a really long time. So we do a thing in the Friends show, and people are going, Liam, light finally turns on. Yay! And you wait for the light to come on. Yay, shirtless Pa! It's a whole reveal. It's brilliant. And again, it's this whole episode has these long, drawn out, weird
and it is
things
filmed like a horror film. I mean, the suspense. I have to say, like it's so suspenseful. It's so tense. I mean, it's uncomfortably tense. Where I'm like, oh, I hate this episode. This is hard. This is a hard watch. This is scary.
And then
scary.
Jump scare.
Right. And so Pa
Pa
finally gets into the barn looking again, horror film. The suspense is building. And then jump scare. The raccoon attacks.
Jesus.
And that's when Margot and I
first he looks up and sees the straw coming through the slats of the ceiling, and which draws him up the ladder.
Is insane. And when the raccoon jumped, Margot and I jumped and screamed so loud that my husband ran into the room and said, "What happened?" And I was like, "This is horrible. This is the worst episode ever."
And then Pa's got the pitchfork
and then he
at that
kills
point, right?
the crud out of this raccoon.
He kills the raccoon. He's not with a gun. He doesn't shoot. He gets a shovel.
Boom.
Pitchfork. He stabs the raccoon to death with a pitchfork. He's going, making sure he's dead. I'm going, what is this episode? What is happening? Oh.
So, all right. So we need to jump ahead here.
So the girls are obviously devastated because their father killed their beloved pet. Horrible.
And
he's rocking, Lord. She's rocking.
It couldn't be helped. It had to be done. And then we get to the point where we get to the point very quickly. We get to the point where Pa's with Jack and Ma comes into the.
Right.
How does Pa? I'm
He
just
must have
curious here, and
seen- yeah,
Allison, you may
I-
answer.
okay, Allison.
How does he know that Jasper's
rabies.
rabid?
Right.
Well,
When you
the
saw-
other raccoon's rabid.
Oh, raccoon. We
think it's Jasper.
Jasper
Right.
because we all think
Right.
it's Jasper, but we don't know. And the raccoon came at him, and in the dark of the barn, and when he got the pitchfork, he saw a rabid raccoon, and also he killed it. When he killed
Yeah,
it, he
probably
made
the
sure to put
foam,
mouth
right?
open.
Oh,
So
okay.
he's like this. Oh shit! I just killed a rabid raccoon. And he goes back in, and then he's checking the dog. Goes the dog? It drew blood. So like, oh my god, we got to tie up the dog. The dog may have rabies. The dog may have rabies. And this is when Mary has
Epic
one of her
breakdowns.
most incredible.
Yes,
nervous
I would
breakdowns.
too.
Right.
Total. And she has the breathing thing, and he's holding her. He's doing the
it's
holding her
hol-
face.
big
He's holding
hold,
her face.
big face
What's
holder. Pa is, and it's
Interesting
close
that
up.
Bill did not shoot the shot
I
of
know.
Michael. He kept it totally on. You hear Michael. I thought that was a really
Me
interesting
too.
choice to stay totally with Mary there and let Michael. The hands were Michael's
Can't
presence
breathe. She
and the
can't
chest.
breathe.
Of course,
She's
always
doing
the
that.
chest.
Cannot breathe, and finally, I did about tell you that. And she's like, it's a poor child. It's like a robot going
I
against its
know.
programming. I swore not to tell. And yeah, he bit Laura. He bit Laura, and they lose their minds because they know how bad that is. And then we're at Doc Baker's, and that's the scene where I go, oh my
Yes.
God, so much lying in this episode. I don't have a raccoon. The raccoon is gone. The raccoon is here. Nobody bit anybody. And now Doc Baker's like, have a gumdrop and leave the room because you're fine. And I'm like, oh God, it's so bad. He
Yeah.
won't even tell her anything. He's just going to give her gumdrops because he's like, it's too late. We're doomed. I'm just
Yep.
going to give her gumdrops because there's nothing. And then they're like going, and he's like, you guys seriously know this is bad, right?
And there's an
yeah,
incubating
she's
period
bitten-
of
And then there's the horrible moment, like he's saying, could take weeks. This is all accurate. He says this is how long it shows up in dogs because so many days. This
Right,
is
8 days and 3 weeks to a
Oy,
month
oy,
or
oy.
something.
That is
Yeah.
that is absolutely correct. That was one of those, and he is correct. Ta-da! And then Ma says, "And the treatment." And Pa puts his hand on her shoulder, and Doc Baker does the look down thing, and you go, "Oh." And she's like, wait, what, guys? There's the treatment. No, you get rabies. Now, the vaccine didn't come out for a good 10, 20
Right.
years later. And it ain't a vaccine really in the brain. It's they shoot you
Yeah.
up if you have rabies. There is still no cure for rabies.
Seriously.
You will die. What there is a vaccine. And so if you're bit by a rabid animal and you know or believe it is rabid and you go
And
to
get
the
shot.
doctor immediately, if you wash the wound right away, you can get a lot of the virus out. If the wound is very fresh and you scrub right away, that lowers the viral load. But you need to go to the hospital right away. And they check you out and they do inject. Now, it used to be that the injections in the stomach, they've changed it. They have a modern thing. But they pump you up with an antiviral, this vaccine, which will arrest the rabies virus from completing the infection and killing you. Without treatment, you will die of rabies, and it will be bad. There's like I'm looking up and they're going 99.9. You're dead. If you have rabies and you are not treated, there's been maybe 1 or 2 people in history. You will get sick, and you will have what they call hydrophobia, fear of water, and you will have seizures, and it goes to your brain. It goes to the brain, and it infects the brain lining, and it's encephalitis and coma, and it's the unspeakable, ugly, horrible, painful death, and you die. And nowadays, yes, they shoot you up, but they have to get there within so many days. It has to be within so many days. And if they shoot you up with the antivirus, anti-rabies vaccine, you don't get rabies and you don't die.
Yeah.
And you will live. And that's very successful and you will live. But if they don't, if it's 1874 and there's
Right.
nothing and you've been infected with rabies,
bye-bye.
and the Ingalls know this, they know this, and they know how bad a death it is.
Well, here, my AirPad dropped out. So hang on. So Laura's told that she gets a sucker and she's going to go
just rest
home
for a
and
couple
she does,
days, right.
and then and she's going to rest, but then in this very
It
great
is.
moment, Laura at 10
I
years
know.
old asks what's
It's
going
such
to happen.
a devastating scene, quite frankly. It's devastating.
Yeah.
Well, She knows they're all putting her on. She knows, she goes, this is a little too convenient. Then the gumdrops. And she's like,
Right.
come on. And Ma's like, no, bed rest. Milk with cinnamon. Yes. It's the 1800s version of you get to drink ginger ale and watch soap operas and stay home from school. She's like, it's great. She'll do your chores. And Laura's like, really? And finally, she can't take it anymore. She has to leave. And Pa comes in and goes, no. Oh, he goes, you're going to turn into a raccoon. You have the pointy
That's right.
ears. And her
You're going to get pointy ears and
so
rings under your
darling.
eyes, and you're going to craving for eggs. And
When
which
she
is very
plays Mom,
Michael humor. I mean,
and
it's
she's
really-
rolling her eyes and making faces.
It
That
is
is the
so
cutest
cute.
scene
You're
ever.
teasing. You're teasing.
She goes, okay, seriously, really. And she like, no, she's like, ha ha ha, very funny. Doc Baker sent me out so he could talk to you because something's really wrong. I'm going to this is not right. He didn't send me out of the room so he could talk to you guys and give me gumdrops. Something's horribly wrong and you guys are lying. And he cops to it. He says, I don't know. Yes, you are correct. There is a disease and you could get sick. And he tells her, and she says, what's going to happen? He goes, I don't know. And then they cut. They just go, boom. They just cut. He goes, yes, you're right. I have no idea what's going to happen. And boom.
Pray to God you don't, is
Yeah.
what Pa says, basically.
And
at
then
the
it
end of that
just
scene.
cuts and we're going, we're left. We're left with.
So now, interestingly, at that point,
So
that
well acted,
scene,
too.
Pa takes a bowl of water to Jack. Jack doesn't drink.
I didn't know
So
that was
Jack's
a
not thirsty.
I didn't
He's
know that was a
tied up.
rabies thing that you don't want to drink water. Why is that?
Hydrophobia. It is
Oh,
literally.
you don't?
No,
or
I
you
never
do
knew
want?
that
No.
was a symptom
near the
of
water.
having rabies,
Okay.
of not drinking.
Okay, it's so weird because I looked this up and I remember going, oh yeah, I'd heard of hydrophobia. And I'm like, wait, fear of water? Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Facts.
But it does.
Here we go.
One of the symptoms is hydrophobia. In fact, they used to call rabies, just called it hydrophobia, fear of water, because there are
Fear of
symptoms
water.
in late stage rabies where you have difficulty swallowing. Patients show panic when presented with liquid to drink, cannot quench their
gosh.
thirst. Saliva productions increase because, again, sometimes trying to drink will cause excruciatingly painful spasms in the throat and larynx. The infected individual cannot swallow saliva and water, so there's a more chance of being transmitted because of the biting, etc. It's unspeakable. It's commonly associated with what they call furious rabies, which I guess you really don't want to get, which is most people, and that's aggression and biting and foaming at the mouth, which is usually animals, although there are humans where the rabies has progressed to the stage where their brain is cooked and they are screaming and biting people. It is that bad. And then there's paralytic rabies with the muscle weakness and total paralysis.
This is horrific.
Yeah, no, there's no good news about rabies. There's no good news about rabies, but absolutely, people cannot drink water. Their throat stops working and they flip out when you offer them water because they're choking.
So
Okay.
the family is obviously in a high state of distress at this point. Ma and Laura are playing charades over things to drink. Mary is telling stories to Carrie. Pa can't take it anymore. He has to leave. Wonderful shot going out the door of the little house. Pa can't be, he has to get away from people. He walks past the window and they track to this, and there's Ma praying through
my
the
gosh.
window, pushing in on Ma praying. So the family is in serious distress at this point.
It's horror movie time. There's lots of darkened rooms
with the
and single
candle.
candles burning and things, and it's getting
Yes.
so. I'm flipping. We're flipping out at this point.
This is when I'm texting
And-
Alison. I hate this episode. This is an emotional roller coaster. I can't take this.
Yeah, just like you
And the-
want to. Soon, everything's a sign. Everything's a sign. Laura, you thirsty? No. They're just like flipping out, and then the dog goes insane. The dog goes insane and starts barking, and he goes.
Well, no, but let's do the scene
The
where
sister
Laura
scene.
and Mary have the scene. Do you hate me? Why? It's all my fault. I brought Jasper home, but I wanted him. I didn't tell Pa when I should have. You didn't tell Pa because I asked you not to.
And then I told him. And she
Laura, there's
literally.
no blame here. Laura's not. There's no blame.
Laura
for
said,
I
"No,
can't
I
heal,
love
I
you. You're
love
the
you."
best sister. I love you." But Mary is torn. Both. She's blaming herself for both. But I should have told him. But I promised not to tell you. And then I did tell him. I broke the promise because I wasn't supposed to tell him. But I should have told him immediately. It's like, oh my God.
And
this girl
she's
can't
the one that
win.
brought the raccoon home in the first place. So,
And
yes,
she's
so
the damn
she's
raccoon.
traumatized for life. Yes.
She's really a mess.
So, and at the end of that scene, I'm not a good sister. You're the best sister, is what it ends with.
Beautiful.
Cut to Ma in the barn in total distraction mode, raking hay. Pa comforts her and says, and Mary comes out, Laura wants water. So now, why is that a bad thing?
Right. You think that'd be good. She's not afraid of water, but then they're going, they said, oh, excessive thirst. So
she's
refusing water
thirsty,
or excessive
yeah.
thirst. And at this point, everything's a damn sign. They've
Okay.
lost.
Okay.
So they're like, oh my gosh, she's thirsty. And it's like,
And Ma says it's a sign. Pa says, no, it's not a sign. She's thirsty. That's it. It's just, let's leave it at that. She's
absolutely
thirsty.
correct.
Laura drinks. How do you feel? I'm tired. Lie down. And then Jack starts barking.
And the dog. And that's it. They go, okay, that's it. Oh, great. The dog's gone
And Jack
mad.
is jumping up and down. Oh my God. He's
Losing his
and
mind.
Pa's look.
I know.
And
Yeah.
then how much camera time on the gun? So he gets the gun, he gets the bullets, he takes the bullets, he puts the bullets
He
in
loads the
loads
gun with
the
the
gun.
bullet powder.
Shoots over
Yes.
him to Ma standing there up in the loft
Well,
watching
he
in
has to
horror.
kill their
And-
beloved family pet. I mean,
dog.
my God.
Right.
Yeah. And she
Right.
knows if it's reached the point of
Then
shooting
Laura's-
the dog, then her
that's
daughter
right.
is going to die, and badly. And you almost get the sense of she's like, well, okay, we're going to shoot the dog. What are we going to do?
Now what's next? I mean, it's
We're
like,
gonna have to kill her.
Yeah.
I mean, where is
mean,
this
it's
going?
so dark.
And it's and they spend so much time. It takes 20 minutes, it seems like. Of him
Well, that's
loading
the
gun
thing.
because they
Probably like
really
45
Yeah, but that's the thing
seconds.
about this episode. They
get so
build
into it.
the tension so strongly.
Oh,
It's just
yes. Oh my God,
unbearable
it's
to
killing
get
me.
through. It's so intense.
Exactly. And at that point, I'm flipping out, and they're loading gun, and he goes out, and he's gonna kill the dog because the dog has rabies, and we're all
cocks
gonna
the
die.
gun.
And it's like it's horrible. Everything's
and the
happening.
nice cuts back and forth, close on Jasper, looking up at Pa. You know, but it's just breaking Pa's
Jack,
heart.
Jack,
he
look, not
cocks
Jasper,
the gun. Jack.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Ever
Sorry, Jack.
stretches it out.
Yeah.
Takes
And he
it forever.
cocks the rifle, and he's about to do it.
Cocks the rifle and look, he can't do it. And then
There's a raccoon. And he goes, oh my God, wait, there's a raccoon, but I killed a raccoon. And that takes about 3 days. And finally he goes, Jasper,
it's Jasper.
Raccoon, look, it's me, Jasper. And I go, and then it takes forever. They
is that,
drag it
so
out.
wait a minute, is that the moment that makes you
No, because they drag it out some more. And there's this long sequence where Michael Landon
Yes.
has the pin light so you can see
Yes.
every quiver of the chin and the thing. And he's doing the build up to the cry. And he's going, and it takes a really long time. And he finally goes, Jasper. And I'm dead. I'm dead. Raccoon is okay. Because as soon as he says Jasper, the raccoon
Right.
doesn't have rabies. That's the one who bit her. It doesn't, which means the dog is okay, which means Laura's okay, and
Oh my
everybody's
God.
gonna live. Oh my
Could you
God.
Everyone's
imagine
okay.
if he had killed that
Holy
damn dog and then found Jasper? I
Oh
mean,
my God. And then Jasper comes in and covers his eyes.
horrible. That would have been terrible.
The timing of that edit was
Totally.
everything.
But here's my funny thing. When I watched it, I was like, Pa, which is he has the rifle out. He's cocked the rifle, like it's ready to shoot. And then he sees Jasper, and in his excitement, he just drops the rifle on the floor and runs into the house. And I'm like, the rifle was cocked. Like, you could have just killed somebody right now. What are you doing?
I got off and shot Jack.
Details.
Like, don't throw the gun away. You just cocked it.
But
So is that
right,
when you?
no, exactly.
Is that when you?
But David Rose
Yes,
is
of
playing
course.
the cue that tells us that everything's okay. So
Oh,
nothing
no.
bad can happen now.
And the thing,
And he runs into the house, and then it's
That's
more
right.
sob
It's
fest 'cause
all
they're
sob
what
fest.
is- They don't know. They're like, "What the hell is happening?" And all he says is, "It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
It's going to be okay.
it wasn't Jasper.
okay.
It wasn't Jasper. Yes.
It wasn't Jasper. Right.
It wasn't Jasper. It's
And we
Jasper.
finish with Laura running to the barn, untying Jack. Wonderful high angle, looking down on the two of them there. I mean, this was really these kinds of moments are what made Laura this beloved character.
killer.
for
And
people.
Pa. I mean, all of them.
Did you cry when the raccoon showed up, or when he
No,
said Jasper?
I
Which was the-
cried the when the whole family is back together and they're all hugging each other and they're all hysterically crying. And, you know, there's some times in Little House on the Prairie where you could tell someone's fabricating a cry, or when it's authentically, the actor is authentically really been affected and is crying. This was that, where every single one of them were absolutely highly affected by the reality of this situation. They committed so hard, and that these cries and these sobs were these intensely deep emotional outbursts, and that's why it works so well. And I was thinking, my God, they've all committed really hard to this. But of course the stakes are super high. It's, you know.
I cried again watching this last night. But Bob walked in, what the hell are you watching? I was like, what is even going on out here? And it was so bad. Okay, I have to tell my voice. Some years ago, I was flying JetBlue, and JetBlue had taken to showing Little House on the Prairie reruns on its entertainment center. And it only had a few episodes. And I went, cool, oh my God, this is great.
And Jasper was one of the episodes.
And so I went, where are they?
The Raccoon.
Raccoon.
Oh, God.
One. Oh, I haven't seen this one in ages. And it slowly crossed my mind, wait, isn't this the only one that makes me cry? Probably shouldn't watch it. Oh, it's so cute, the Raccoon. And I start watching this on the plane, and I said, I'm a grown person. So I proceed to lose it when he goes to the Raccoon. Let's go to the thing in Jasper. And I'm crying, and I'm like, oh, crap. And I'm picking up the menu and the thing on the plane and holding it up. There's people here. And I was so mortified because I had visions of people on the plane going, yeah, she was on the plane. She was watching him. She was watching her old show.
Yeah, she's good. She's really good.
Oh my God.
Like,
This episode is indeed a total emotional roller coaster. It's as scary as any horror movie I've ever seen. The way it was shot and filmed, and the suspense and the tension that they built.
Yeah. Oh, technically so well done to take us to the moment.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, really, really well done.
It drags.
It really
you to
does.
This thing. You're going, no, make it.
It's
stop.
so intense.
You have this sense of foreboding throughout the episode. Even when things are okay,
you are uneasy. Yes, that's what I was saying. It was 2 minutes into it. I was like, I don't like this episode. I don't like it. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
I had, oh no. I was like,
we
oh
need to
no.
race for the exit.
Oh, no.
We've got this. I hate
no.
to. I just we
We
have to pull the plug
All right,
on this.
we're gonna.
But this was such a good episode, such a foreboding episode, such a revealing episode for Laura's character, such an emotionally rich episode for the entire family. Jack is spectacular in the episode.
She better apologize to Jack.
Baby Carrie, Jasper.
You know how hard it is to make me cry, and I'm like,
okay, everyone.
Check this one out. If you haven't watched this one, everybody, you got to go back and watch this. Really, really well done.
Yep. Yeah. What else is there to say other than I will never watch this one again, ever? I've done it. Don't need to do it again.
You'll be back. You'll be back.
Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I can't believe we finally did the Raccoon, the famous Alison cries at the Raccoon episode. We did it. We're done. I'm so glad it's over now. Okay. We will see you next time, everybody. Join us on Little House 50 Podcast, on our socials, littlehouse50podcast.com, on a website. And here it is. Like and subscribe, baby. You know I feel cheap and dirty saying that, but I'm going to say it from now on. Like and subscribe.
Just do it again.
And then join us on Patreon, because I'm going to tell a crazy story about the Metropolitan Opera and wild animals. Anyway,
cool.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Bob, get the wig. Here we go. Let's fly like Jasper being pulled on a leash. So uncomfortable. Horrible. That poor raccoon.
He was well paid.
I would hope so.